Let's speak with Baroness Karren Brady. She's a business expert and Vice Chair of West Ham Football Club. She's helping to launch a scheme today offering grants of £1,000 to businesses which are struggling. A very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. First of all, where exactly are you targeting with these grants and where's that cash coming from?
Well, the cash is coming from the Tide charity, which has put money in themselves and is raising money, and people can donate to it to help local businesses. And these are small micro grants, which are really gifts of up to £1,000 that will help the small businesses that have sort of fallen through the cracks of government support. And these are the sort of businesses that are really on the verge of collapse if they don't get an immediate cash injection. So this is what that charity is all about. We're raising funds, raising awareness, and trying to support and help small businesses.
So it's for those businesses that really need this at the moment. How far do you think realistically £1,000 is going to go for them?
Well, it's interesting. Lots of the businesses that we've spoken to through the research have said that, well, 75% of them said that the £1,000 would help them at least stay open for a month or longer. Now, what we need to do is get those retailers through this period into the Christmas period where hopefully they can open and the business can come back.
Can I ask you, as a Conservative peer, what you make of the government's response to the pandemic when it comes to supporting business? So, for example, at the moment, essential retailers can sell non-essential items. We know that's destroying some small retailers. They've allowed big supermarkets to have a reduction in business rates. Are they playing this game fairly?
Well, look, these are incredibly difficult times for all business, in particular small businesses. What the government is trying to do is support everybody as much as they can. The furlough scheme has helped, the rates rebate, holiday has helped lots of businesses, putting off PAYE has helped businesses. There is lots of government support out there for lots of various different businesses. What the Tide Charity's aim is to help those businesses that can't access those schemes and can't get the help they needed. I mean, in effect, we're all on pause at the moment. We don't really know what is happening, when it's happening. We know why it's happening, but all across the world, countries' economies are suffering. And it was so heartwarming to hear on the earlier piece that you did about the small businesses that are adapting, changing, doing things at pace, trying to keep their businesses going. I mean, that's all about the British spirit, a sort of keep calm and carry on, but also that real resilience that you need to run a business.
And that's doable, isn't it, in a small community like Hebden Bridge, where there's the income to sustain those small independents. But, you know, with a view of you putting £1,000 to these smaller businesses, do you think the government could and should be doing more than they are?
Well, the government is doing as much as they can and is helping a lot of businesses. And I think we need to understand and accept that. They can always do more. Everybody wants more. Everybody wants as much help as they can get. And, you know, there's only so much I think they can do. And I think they're doing the best that they can. I think that our scheme that we're offering is one of the most generous across the world. But this is about helping those that can't access those schemes. This is about helping the businesses, whether it's on their website, there's lots of advice and tips from business owners to help other people, whether it's by donating yourself or whether it's by applying for one of these grants. There is help there for you, and Tide Charity really want to help you keep your business open.
Is there an extent to which we have to accept that things are just going to be very different post-pandemic? You know, I stood here and talked about the woes of the high streets long before COVID. Do we have to accept that some business models will not survive, but some that have had to adapt will actually thrive in a post-COVID world?
Well, those that can adapt and will do it at pace, they were the ones that will survive. You know, I read a quote last week and it said, there are decades where nothing happens, and then there are weeks where decades happens. And I feel that that's what's happened in the last few months. So much has changed so quickly. But actually, the businesses that I've been helping and seeing through my connection with the Tide Charity, they're not so much sitting around wringing their hands. They are leaning into the task. As we heard earlier, the people on your show, really adapting, really changing at pace, you know, and thinking about a longer term strategy while they're sort of putting out the fires that are raging around them. So there's lots of collaboration, lots of forward thinking, lots of adapting, and those are the skills that you need to survive this crisis.
Karren Brady, many thanks for joining us this morning and best of luck with the charity. Really interesting that, isn't it? Because she was telling us that almost half of the businesses she's spoken to said £1,000 will get them through the next month. That's all they need to survive. But that is how close it is for many of them.